Look who the Alleghany Journal has found. Chet Howard. He's a legendary local Clifton Forge Alleghany guy who's been a coach. Everybody knows him. And most of all, he was a very good friend of Darrin Dirty Nicely. And we're here at the Dirty tournament here. It's the third year. Chet, thanks for joining us. I'm sure you have 100 stories to share with respect to you and Dirty. Any one in particular that stands out here?
Well, first of all, thank you for doing this. Darrin Nicely and myself were like brothers. We would get into it just like any brother would, but we traveled together and played ball together. One summer we was on 5 different teams in one summer. That was a ball game every night from Stanton to West Virginia. We would travel. We had weekends, every weekend we'd go somewhere, traveling. We played in the upper class ball.
And you're a little older than Darrin. And tell the folks, how did this start? At one time, you were a coach, and didn't Darrin say, "Hey, coach, I'd like to play for you"?
Yeah, I was the coach for in the senior Babe Ruth League, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. And Darrin was getting ready to turn 16 the next year. And he came up to me and he said, "Coach Howard, I'd like to play for you." I said, "You would?" He said, "I like how you coach the game. You're all about winning and the game and teaching, and I want to play for you." I said, "Yes, sir, I'll make sure that happens next year," and which I did. And that year we went undefeated. The next year we actually went to beat a team that always represents Virginia in the States. We whipped their little hind ends too. So
So he wasn't just a player. This kid had some power, right?
This kid had it all. He had to, but it goes back to the fact where when you're younger, you play ball in the streets, you go to a pickup game, you stay off the cell phones. Of course, we didn't have that stuff back then. We didn't have computers to play on, but it was a pickup game, and that's where you learned your ability. And he had a God-given talent, that fellow, and he could play ball with anybody.
So it became more than just a coach and player relationship. You actually played on teams that were successful.
We played on teams together. We was on the Dairy Queen together, select specialties. My last couple of years, which we won 2, just for the select specialties, the 2 years I was there, we won 5 state championships and 2 regional world championships. I have, with Dairy Queen, won 1, but it didn't matter if we was playing against each other. We always had respect for each other. We'd hang out together. If he took a loss or if I took a loss, it didn't matter. We'd still go out to eat or whatever. It didn't matter.
Now, you were rabid Alleghany high school players and fans and all that throughout the years. What would Dirty have thought of, and I think this is interesting, this tournament has raised thousands of dollars for scholarships, and a few of us were chuckling. However, this last year, Covington High School athletes were included. So that would have been an interesting thing, because he was a big Alleghany guy.
He was a big Alleghany guy, but
big heart too.
Big heart. He coached the travel team, which had Covington players on it.
Oh, really?
So if Darrin Nicely could see what was going on today, he would weep. But there'd be tears of joy. What he's seeing done, because the man didn't know a stranger when it came to ball. I remember going with him on tournaments, and we would go to opposing players. And if we saw something we could improve them on, we'd go tell them. It didn't matter if they was on an opposing team. We want the person to be the best they could be, and Darrin Nicely was like that. He was well respected at Alleghany. Just loved kids, loved them.
Well, we've heard he has a big heart and had a big heart. And did he have a favorite position that he liked to play?
He liked to play pitcher. And this is the last years we played together. He was a softball pitcher. And what he would do was he would pick on the biggest guy on the next team above us. He would mess with him so bad, like get him mad. I got to tell you this one story. We were down and playing for a regional world championship. We was in the Nationals. It was a qualifying in Walnut Park in Raleigh, North Carolina. We were playing some Indians. We had an 8-7 lead, bottom of the seventh, or 8-6. One guy hit a home run, so it's 8-7. Then we had one out. The next guy popped out. The next man came out with 2 outs, bottom of the seventh, down 1, man on first. The next guy came in was our home run hitter, big boy. And I tell you, I never saw the ball after it left Darrin's hand. He hit it so hard at Darrin, and Darrin caught that thing, and I mean called him everything but a white boy, going up the first base line, threw him out. We won the game, and that was when Darrin had to wear a shin guard because the week he ran a stick up his leg and wouldn't go get it taken out. He loved to play ball. He was all about competition, and we won that thing. And of course the doctor called me on the phone and said, Chet, make sure he takes his pills so he don't get gangrene. But he loved competition. He loved the kids, and this tournament right now, he would just weep and enjoy to see something like this going on.
Well, Chet, the teams are from all over, and it looks like there's great participation. All kinds of booths, hot dogs. I saw Homer over there cooking sausages, and also it looks like a great day of sports and camaraderie.
Yeah, it is. It is. Those teams coming from all over that play. I think there's 16 this year, which is really good. And it's going to a worthy cause, and I'm so glad that that this happens on like that, and it's gonna be a long time for this now. It's going to be a every year thing, I'm pretty sure.
Well, thanks very much for taking the time to speak with us.
You're welcome, and thank you. And like the last thing I'll say, Darrin had a heart of gold. He didn't know a stranger. He didn't care who you was. If you needed something to eat, I remember pulling on the side of the road and giving people money that was just panhandling on the side of the road because they had a sign, we'll work for food. So we go buy them food. But he just had a heart of gold, and he was raised up to show respect to everyone, and he actually was a man. He was a well man.
Thanks again, Chet.
Thank you.